We will, we can edit it out, so.
Is this your first time on camera?
Yeah, it is, I think.
Aww.
Yeah. Maybe you'll get a taste for it and you'll want to be like an actor when you're done.
Maybe. Hi, my name's Natalia. I'm from England, from London originally, and I'm studying at the University of Sussex, doing Law of American Studies, and I'm on my year abroad right now at Florida State University. I really wanted to study in the US because I was brought up watching American movies and American media, and a lot of it focused on high school in the US, and it put in a fascination with me of the American school system. And the US has always just fascinated me because of how big it is as a country and how polarized and diverse it is. It just seemed really interesting to me, really had a hold on me. I wanted to come here since I was a little girl. I just love how in Tallahassee there's so many places that aren't on campus, and there'll be an FSU sign or something. That was a really big shock to me, the thought of going to a coffee shop in Brighton and seeing a University of Sussex stickers. That seemed so strange. So I was told that FSU is a big party school. I saw a lot of stuff online as well, TikToks, and I was researching it, and I was told because it has a big football scene, with that normally comes a big party scene. And I really enjoy the social life there I have. Obviously it's a bit harder to compare because here, I don't work. School I generally find easier here. So I do have a lot more time to go out. So it'd be interesting if I was an exchange student at my university back home to compare it. It is kind of weird to me that a lot of the clubs close at 2 a.m. That's very early for me, but I really enjoy it, and the fact that there's so much, there's so many options that within walking distance, which I really like, because it's more common to have to get the bus to clubs and bars in Brighton and a lot of England. But we're known as the gay capital of the UK, so there's a lot of gay bars and stuff, which is really fun. There's less of in here. There's a lot more independent parties, the skate club ones, and just kind of house parties, and then gardens and stuff. I really like that. That's something that seems very American to me, and I've really enjoyed those ones where you go and it's live music and kind of you pay for jungle juice or whatever. That's been really fun, just to experience something just different. A lot of our clubs, they're good, but they're very similar. And I do miss ABBA is such a big thing back home, to listen to in clubs, and I do miss hearing ABBA, because that's something that's so just such a big part of going out, I think, in England and a lot of Europe is it's so much of the clubs that will just primarily play ABBA. So that's something I've missed. Also here people play their music a lot more, I guess because the traffic is so bad in a lot of parts of England. So if you are playing music, people on the street will hear, and because our street, at least in Florida, I'd say our streets are a lot busier. It's seen as quite rude to have music that people can hear. And here, I love that people just play their music. I really like that. I mean, I hear some people say that Tallahassee is walkable compared to where they're from, and that blows my mind, because this is so unwalkable to me. I got a lot of culture shocks coming to the US, I would say. The attitudes towards recycling aren't it's not as ingrained in the culture as I think it is most of, or at least a lot of Europe, or England at least. I know a lot of people who don't recycle, or don't believe it's a real thing. And then even with kind of laws on smaller things, plastic straws are illegal for us. Plastic bags in shops, you have to they cost, but by law, to try and put people off using them. So if someone does get a plastic bag, they're trying to put as many things in as possible. Whereas here, people will have one thing and loads, and it's just just different. It's just a different culture. But that was so strange for me to see. I was kind of in a bit of disbelief with that first. I got a lot of culture shocks with specifically in Florida with the weather, just the heat and the humidity. I've never experienced anything like that before. I just really wasn't used to the heat. Yeah, I'd say a lot of my friends had a negative reaction to me wanting to study here. Obviously, like, excited for me. It's something I've always wanted to do. And most of my university friends I met, like when I first met them, I already knew I didn't know where I was going to study, but I knew I'd come to the US. So like it's always, a lot of people have always known I was going to do that. But like general, I'd say public view, at least like my age in England, and a lot of Europe, to be honest, is very like negative of America and just Americans in general. And I think often it is too harsh. Like my friends all sort of like criticize Americans being like narrow-minded and stupid, but you know, if you're criticizing a whole huge population being narrow-minded, that to me, and you haven't even been there, like to me that's kind of narrow-minded. I'd like to think that I'll go back to how I was. My friends already call me out because on my group chat I say yo now, and they don't like it when I say that.